What's up? Testing. Testing 1, 2. Okay. This should be fine. All right, testing 1, 2. I think we're ready to go. One, two. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready now. Okay. I think what I'll do. Wait, are we not online? Where's my live? There we go. And then I believe, check on YouTube. Online there as well. Got sound. Brilliant. All right, guys. Oh, let me record. I need to record, or else it's not gonna work. Start recording. Let me see. Make sure that the. All right, guys. Welcome back. Oh, what about my sound? Do I have sound? What's up, TikTok? TikTok, you guys are not going to be able to see what I'm doing, but I've got all set up in front of me, and I'm basically recording my reactions to my videos that I'm going to put out on my various channels. So I'm currently live on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. All the videos that I am reacting to today, I have never seen them before. Some of them have been sent to me by friends, family, and those who comment in my comment section. So I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Let's do it. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video today. I appreciate you guys. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, leave a like, comment, and share the video. Let's check out today's video. Instagram. Is it Instagram? Yeah.
I've been cheating on him for 3 years with his best friend. We had 2 kids, 3 and 6 years old.
Damn, that's harsh.
And he could have walked away, should have walked away, could have. And when all this came out, and I hid it for 3 years in the church, when all of this came out,
the music is distracting me.
He looked at me and listened. A good therapist knows your feelings are valid and you can feel all of those things. He was mad. He was hurt.
Of course.
He was confused. He was disoriented. All those things were still true. None of that was underscored or not a part of his experience. But what was also a part of his experience, because he had been submitting and surrendering to the Lord so faithfully for so long.
Wait, is the guy crying? What?
He literally looked at me, and all I expected him to do was exactly what every man had done in my life, my dad, all these other men, was to leave.
Okay.
And instead, he looked at me and he said, Casey, I don't know how to not love you. That is when Jesus became my Lord. That is when I got grace for the first time in my life. I realized that that is what Jesus had been saying to me all along. You don't understand, girl. You can run from me. You can hide from me. You can be mad at me. You can do all these things. And the reality is, I don't know how to not love you.
How long did she say they were married for? Hold on, guys.
I've been cheating on him for 3 years.
Guys, this one is hard. This one is hard. I'll try my best not to respond. This is one of those ones that you just have to be sure that you just have to be sure that, this is what God wants you to do. Yeah, good. Look, guys, she's been married she was married to him for a while, and then she cheated for like the first 3 years or so, and then they've got 2 kids as well. And she's basically saying that he forgave her. I don't know. So to the world, let's put it this way: to the world, this is stupid. This is dumb. This is silly. This is like Christians have been brainwashed to be punching bag. That's the message this sends out. But to Christians, it we kind of understand what's happening, but at the same time, there's a level of humanity that cannot be ignored here. Don't get it twisted, guys. I'm a Christian. You guys should know this already. And I do believe in forgiveness. But, you know, there are just certain things that it really takes God to get over. And the defilement of the marriage bed is like the top of that list, right? You're married to somebody and you basically defile the bed and you go and cheat. That's one of the worst, most painful thing you can do to someone, whether it's your wife or your husband. It's gonna be very difficult to say to someone, forgive that. If it's you personally and you were able to go through that and you were able to forgive, that is you and your faith and God. But to then tell people you should forgive, that's the part where I'm like, So I can't judge the lady. What she did was foul. That's crazy. A lot of the things that can be discussed would be, how did the man end up with a woman like that? Where did he get her? Did he know she was doing this beforehand? Did he know the kind of lifestyle she was living? Or is it that she got married and then she awoken the cheater in her person or her being? I don't know. But if it's something she was doing beforehand, ladies, this is to you too, because I see so many women end up with men that before they got married, the man was a cheater, the man was sleeping around, he was bussing out this girl and that girl and going out of his way to get this and get that. And then you get married to him and then you expect him to be loyal to you or change. It's not going to work. So similar to the story, did he know that she was doing this before he married her? Because this type of behavior it's not normal. I'm going to say that for sure, right? Because most people, probably 60-70% of people, they want to get married. They want to get married for love. They want to love their husband, their one person, and they want to move forward with them. Doing it to this extent, I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's normal. Like cheating on your husband. Like, she cheated for 3 years and she was doing it continuously. It's not like she cheated once and then that was it. She was continuously cheating for 3 years. That is not normal behavior. It's not. I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, that would be the question. Did you know she was doing this beforehand? And if so, why did you marry her? You can't marry someone and try and change them. The way you marry them, and I've said this before, guys. Somebody gave me a very amazing piece of advice before I got married to my wife, and that is that whatever it is that you do, whatever habits that you have, whatever negative and positive things about you, would only be enhanced in marriage. So if you got like really bad habits, if you're a cheater, you're going to cheat more in marriage. That's a fact, right? If you've got a really bad habit, you're going to do it more in marriage because that's just how it is. And it's true. That's a fact. So I don't think I personally, and I'm going to hold my hands up and I pray I never have to go through it. I've got an amazing wife. This is not something she would ever do. But if I was in this person's position, I don't think I would have ever been able to forgive. I'm sorry. This is why I say you can't tell people, oh, forgive. You can't. You just can't. Like, it's one of those things that's just personal between the person and their faith in God and whatever it is they've gone through, whatever it is. Me personally, if you cheat on me for 3 years and I find out, I'm sorry, you're gone. I'm sorry. I don't mind not even remarrying, but we're not doing this. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think in the chat. If you're watching on Twitch, give me a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a like, comment, and sub. And if you're watching on TikTok, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go on to the next video. My friends have sent me really cool videos. I'm really looking forward to checking them out. Okay. Do you know what I'm going to do? Oh, let me stop this recording. Guys, if you're on TikTok and you're watching, I'm also trying to like figure out a way to record all my reactions in a batch so that I'm not doing like one here, one here. I want to do them all in a quick batch, and then I can bang them out on TikTok. You guys will get to see this video on TikTok as well. But unfortunately, because I don't have enough followers on TikTok, I can't show you guys my setup. So what I'm hoping to do, if you're watching, is to get, I think it's 1,000 subscribers. I'm supposed to have 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm supposed to have, and then I can then hook up TikTok to my setup. So when I'm doing a live like this, you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. You'll be able to see the video, the reaction, and everything. But I can't do that right now until I get 1,000 followers. So if you're watching, please give me a follow. I appreciate you guys. Let me check out the next video that they sent me. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Please remember to give me a like, comment, and sub. Give me a follow if you're on Twitch. Give me a subscribe if you're on YouTube. Let's check out today's video. Where is it? Oh, yeah, no.
Yo, I remember when I met my husband. My friend took me to this raggedy party. This was before Christ. There's about 10 people, including the bartender, the parking attendant, bouncer, DJ, and us. Okay. And I'm sitting here like, can we go? I gotta wake up in the morning to go to work. Anyway, so out of nowhere, this guy comes down. He's like, oh, can I get a dance? And I'm just like, absolutely not. This is not a real
Oh, damn.
He goes, my friend.
Oh, she said no.
I end up dancing with him.
Okay,
He's
she
real
danced
cool,
with
laid back or whatever, but he's not my type. Now, what he did say is that he's been in Atlanta for about 8 years, and I'm thinking, oh snap, I got some friends coming in town. This would be perfect for you to show us around. But I'll take your number, you take my number. And,
oh, she gave him his number.
You'll
That's
show
good.
us around. He called me that same night.
She gave him
I
her
figured,
number.
He was like, oh, I'm just checking to see how you were doing, checking to see if you got home safely. I did. They called me the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. So you know what I said? Hey, man, I
That's
just
called
wanted
the
to let
chase.
you know that I'm not interested in you. I want to know what he said. He said, okay, no problem. I'm going to be out of town for the week because I have to work.
She
I
rejected
get back
him.
on Saturday. Maybe we can hang out. I'm so confused. Now, you know this lotion going to have to go on. Anyway, so he calls me the day after, and he calls me the day after that, and I'm just like, okay.
That's called the chase.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not saying this right, so I'm gonna have to use my vocal cords a little louder.
She's trying to get rid of him as well.
Don't judge me, because that's exactly how I was thinking up here. Yeah, I said that he was fat, he had a beer belly, short, and could not dress. So he said, that's very funny because you're not as tall either. Furthermore, I'm a truck driver, but if you wanted me to wear something, easily give you the money.
I like that.
And you can go get it yourself for me, and I'll wear it. I'll wear whatever you want.
He's matching her energy. I love that. He's matching
I
it.
not had anything to say, but he really left me speechless. So I
Good.
figured he would just completely just forget it. You go about his business. I was waiting for that. Like, don't call me. It's fine. But he didn't. He kept calling me over and over and over again. Girls came in. He took us all out to eat. We had a fabulous time. It's 10 years later. Here we are. And I just came here. I don't know who I'm talking to. That list that you got.
Exactly.
Trash it.
Exactly.
I was focusing on the wrong things. I really was.
Exactly.
List was shallow. Years later, here I am, realizing what I thought mattered doesn't even hold weight.
I
because
love that.
when life is lifing, who the heck cares? He's wearing corduroy pants with a jersey shirt. I still care, but that's not the point. Stay focused. It wasn't that perfectly
I love
curated
that.
checklist that stood in the storms. It was his heart and his love for his family. Listen, neighbors, don't let that list rob you of a solid partner. Your body changes. The looks, they fade away. But that character, baby, that's what's going to last.
I love
Choose
this.
wisely. Choose with God's vision and not just your own. Listen, I got to go pick up the kids.
This was a really good
When I
video.
met my husband.
This one was a really good video. I love the fact that she was able to explain that she was being difficult and trying to shoo the guy away, and yet he continued to chase her. This is missing now with guys, and to be fair, I don't blame the guys at the moment because the chase has been turned into something else. It's been said to be toxic. It's been said to be, people have had issues with it. But the chase is one of the ways that you will know that a guy likes you. She wasn't even looking his way. She wasn't even feeling him. And yet she was, and yet he kept calling her every day. This is how you know the guy wants to hear your voice. He wants to get to know you. And the way you know that is the chase, the constant calling, the constant, checking on you. And I love that when she tried to shoo him away and she basically told him about himself, he matched her energy, showing that if they were to get together, he wouldn't be a pushover. I love that. And I'm sure that's one thing that she likes about him, because she said he managed to put her in her place and she had nothing to say. That's amazing. This is the kind of story that we need to show our young people of today, so that they're not kind of painting everything as toxic. Like everything is toxic. The guy is calling me all the time, oh, he's a creep. He's calling me all the time. No, that's how you know the guy will do anything for you. That's how you know he wants to be with you. That's literally the dating game. Um, and what did she say? I think she said like 15, 20 years later, they're still married. So this is someone who ended up with someone who she didn't think would be her type. She actually said he's not her type. And yet there they are married for 15, 16 to 20 years. That's amazing. So young Christians, what can you learn from this? Really and truly, you need to get rid of your list, which is what she said. She said that everything she thought she would want in a guy, he didn't fit it. She was talking about the way he dresses. And guys, I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos, actually. She was mentioning about how the way he dresses, his pants wasn't matching this pant. And yet, her conclusion now, 15 years later, is that, look, that look fades. The dressing fades. Even her looks fade. But the character of the man that she married is the most important thing. And that's the lesson here. The character of the guy that you marry is the most important thing. Because is he going to treat you right? He might be able to dress really well, but maybe he dresses really well and he goes outside and some girl catches his eye and he goes to cheat. But he dresses really well. He takes that box that you want, but that character is foul, right? That character is such that he's embarrassing you outside. He's doing things that would not be something that somebody who's meant to be committed to you would do. So pick wisely, like she said. You can't judge everything on the superficial stuff. You need to think to yourself, is he calling you every day? Does he want to hear your voice all the time? Does he want to treat you well? Does he want to protect you? Does he want to love you? Those are the most important things that we should be looking at when it comes to relationships. And I see a lot of young people bypass and the things that she just mentioned are the things that you would probably correlate to what we call the nice guy. A lot of young ladies bypass the nice guy to go for the bad boy, and the bad boy shows you, look, I'm very flirty with girls, and you like that. But then when you get married, he cheats, and then you're like, oh, all men are trash. It is what it is. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? I thought she was really, she got her message across really well. And I'm glad to see people talking about marriage. Like, marriage is not bad. Marriage is a wonderful thing. God wants that for you. Ladies, God wants you to be married. All this thing that people are telling you that you can be alone and be single, it's better to be single. No. The Bible says it's better to be married. That's what the Bible says. It's better to be married. So don't be listening to all this rubbish where you think, oh, you can just be alone till the end of your days and you'll be fine. It's not fine until you get there. It is what it is. Let's do it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I appreciate you guys watching my video. Thank you so much. Please remember to leave me a like, comment, and sub. If you're on TikTok, give me a follow. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow, and if you're on Twitch, give me a follow as well. Let's check out today's video.
Before I get married to anybody on this earth, I have to have some amount of money somewhere that if this man decides to start misbehaving, it will not affect my children in the future. Imagine my mother had 2 kids with a man, a rich man. And I don't think their relationship was any different from what some of us have experienced. It was loving. From the way she describes it, it was loving. It was nice. Everything was good. And then he just switched up after the 2 kids. When it got to a point in time where my mother had to take my father to court just because of school fees. For someone to be able to totally neglect their children and not want to have anything to do with them, I don't think any woman on this earth would want to just wake up and give birth to somebody like that.
Upset.
Yeah. These things just happen. So if a man like that comes into my life, I won't agree. Even though I aspire to be an Oga wife or a housewife, I don't want to. Maybe if you tell me to quit my 9 to 5, but you open a business for me, no problem. Or you want to fund some business that I have registered in my name.
She's creating
that I know that after we have kids, even if you decide to stop taking care of the kids, I can afford it.
Okay, so this one is interesting. We can't for 1 second negate the wrong that has been done to her, because this has now formed her view of the world. It's formed a view of men. It's formed a view of relationships. So we can't fault her view because somebody did something wrong. And this is how it is with children, isn't it? This is why I talk about children a lot and I talk about parenting. Once the dad or once a parent does the wrong thing, we don't know how far that damage will go in the mind of that child. And what's so funny about this is that the mindset that she has, no matter how noble and how, how sorry we might feel for her, it is not a mindset you can have in marriage, right? And unfortunately, because of the way she has packaged and protected herself and chooses to create bridges so that she can escape any marriage if it just smells wrong. This unfortunately means that she will not be able to settle down in a good, healthy marriage, because someone like that is always going to be looking over their shoulder. And it's not her fault. This is the thing. It is not her fault, but it is her choice once she becomes an adult to find ways to heal, right? This is your choice. Trying to figure out that, okay, there are bad people in the world who will do X, Y, and Z to people if given the chance. But at the same time, there are good people in the world who do X, Y, and Z because whether because they're good people or because they're Christians or they have moral compasses or whatever. It's your choice to find a way to heal and have that various view of the world. If your view of the world is that the world is dangerous and everybody's evil, this is going to affect the way you live. You will never trust. You will never experience love. You will never experience family. But if your view is that, yes, people can be evil, but also people can be overwhelmingly good. You can experience the good and you can still look out for the bad. But what we're finding with these young people is that they're completely closed off and they think that marriage can still operate with that mindset of, if you just sneeze wrong, I'm out. You're never going to be able to hold a marriage. So while I get what she's saying and I understand that it's not her fault, that this worldview, this view of the world has been, depicted in her mind. Maybe even mom has sat her down and drilled into her how evil men are, because that's life. That's what happens. The man leaves. The mom basically talks to the children, belittles the man, tells the children that all men are trash, all men are trash. It gets ingrained in them, and they grow up with that. That is a thing. But if you if she chooses to continue her life like that, unfortunately she's never going to experience true love. So when you're a child, you think like a child. You have to be told things. But once you become an adult, you can venture out and you can look for the truth for yourself. You can check, okay, my mom was treated badly by my dad, but then there are a couple of marriages over there where they've been treated well. There's a man who's treating his wife really well. There's another man over there treating his wife really well. There's another man over there who's treating his wife and his children very. Okay, so it's possible. Change your mindset and be like, okay, if it's possible, then it's possible. Rather than all men, I will never allow this. I'll never. It is what it is. That's unfortunately that mindset does not survive in marriage. And if she ever does get married with the perfect man, he wants to do everything for her. He's, gives her everything that she's ticked off in her thing, that just to try and avoid what happened to her mom. That bridge that she formed will always become her downfall. You know what I mean? Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you think her mindset is correct, and this is how, women need to be cautious in this day and age? Or do you think, actually, no, I agree with you. And, even though it's not her fault that she has this mindset, somebody has wronged her, she does need to heal from that trauma so that she can move forward. Whatever the case may be, guys, let me know in the comments below. Guys, remember to leave me a like, comment, and sub if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, give me a follow. If you're on TikTok, give me a follow. And if you're on Instagram, give me a follow. I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay. Guys, the whole TikTok thing has really put me off. Because it's telling me I've got hate speech in my thing. I'm like, what? I was just talking about marriage, saying that God wants marriage for you, and that's where I got taken off. So I'm just like, what the hell? But yeah, I'm I'll do a couple. I'm not gonna do all the ones I was gonna do today, but I'll do a couple, and then I'll go settle down for a bit, and I might come back later on to do the rest of the videos. Shout out to Shade, a friend of mine who keeps sending me these videos. Really, really helps me out. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, let me check. Ooh, can you go live on Insta? You can. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Please help me hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Let's check out today's video, guys. Let's check out today's video, guys. Oh, hold on. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please help me to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can become a YouTube partner. If you're on TikTok, give me a follow. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow. If you're on Twitch, give me a follow. And if you're on YouTube, give me a like, comment, and sub. Let's check out today's video. Let me see. What do we have? Oh, yeah.
With that, give it back to me now. Give that back to me now. That is my ex-husband. Give it back to me right now. Give it back.
I told you. No, I told you not to bring the urn in the house.
Whoa.
You can take it to your mother's house.
I don't
you can
care
take it
what you
somewhere
think.
else.
I have a
You can
special
take it to
place.
your mother's
He is
house.
not in
You
the
got it
way.
in the house.
It's a special
Is
place
this
in the house
staged?
for you. Won't
are
even
married.
know that it's
We
there.
are
That
married.
is my
You are
ex-husband's
being very
ashes. That is
disrespectful.
my
You are
ex-husband's
being very
ashes. Give
disrespectful.
it back right now.
You're
Right
being
now.
disrespectful.
That
No.
is not disrespect.
It is
If it's my ex-husband,
bringing-
I don't see
What the
anything wrong with
hell?
it. Give it back now.
Nothing.
Give
You
it
are
back.
being you are married.
It is not
You are
disrespectful.
married.
So what does
You are
that
married.
mean? Yes,
What about our
I'm
vows?
married.
What about
Yes,
our
we have
vows? Let
vows,
them
but
go.
we had
No.
vows as
No,
well.
no.
So that
No,
is
no.
my ex-husband. It's just his ashes.
Damn,
He's gone.
this is a
like, what is the
difficult
problem?
one. I've never thought
There's
of this.
no problem. He's
This should
gone.
be in
Like
our
really,
house.
really.
This should be in
What
our
are you
house.
doing? Give it back.
No,
What
no.
are you doing?
No.
Give it
No,
back.
don't do it.
Give it back now.
Don't do it.
I know you're
He's
not
gonna
about-
pour it
I know
away.
you're- Put that top back on. I know you're not. Put it on my God. With that, give it back to me now. Give that back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I've never thought about this scenario ever, but to me, he's gone way overboard. He's gone way overboard. There's a level of respect and there's a level of, I don't even know what it is, but when it comes to the dead, when it comes to people that we love who have passed away, I'm not a fan of ashes. That's not, yeah, you know, ashes is something that I heard about when we came to this country, but back home, I've never heard of ashes or burning the body and stuff like that. I know they did that in, I think we heard more of that from like India when I was back home. But regardless, it's the dead. And I don't understand why people keep it in their house in a urn. I don't get that. But I can say categorically that the respect, or is it respect? I don't know what the word is, but there's a thing that we share, that we hold dear when it comes to the dead, the loved ones that have passed away. Him doing this crossed the line, I would say. No matter how you view the argument, whether, you know, because he's an ex-husband and she's moved on and she's with him now, so there should be no other man in her mind, the guy is dead. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's dead. And due to the way, maybe the way she processes grief and the yearn and whatever it is, there's something there. Not in a, oh, she still loves him and she'd rather be with him kind of thing. No, but there's a respect thing that's there for like the dead and the way she's keeping it. There could be a conversation. There could be a, I'm not happy with this. There could be a, this is unacceptable in my house. There could be a, remove it. There's other discussions that can be had around this. And if it doesn't happen, you know, if the woman doesn't do whatever it is you expect, you can put ultimatum. You can say, you know, if it's that important to you. But to take the urn and pour the ashes away, I think that was too far. I'm still trying to process this. Like, this is, my mouth was open when I was watching that. Like, is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Don't do it. But he did. I think that's wrong. Personally, I think that's wrong. Because you don't know how your wife is processing what you're doing. You don't know how your wife processes grief. You don't know how and this can be grounds for divorce. Like, young people, who are getting divorced these days are getting divorced over nonsense. These are the kind of thing that are like, whoa, you're not taking seriously something that I find serious. And look, husbands, if your wife finds something important, even if it looks stupid to you, you have to take it as important. Even if the thing, like, I love anime, I take it serious, loosely speaking. I love gaming, I take it serious. My wife doesn't give two monkeys about those two things I just mentioned, but because she loves me, she takes it serious for me. She would watch it with me. She'll go through the emotions with me. If I'm playing game and I'm screaming at somebody like, oh, I'm losing or whatever, she goes through the emotion with me. Why? Because she loves me. So husband, if your wife loves something or she finds something important, but you think it's trash, you still need to make an effort to meet her emotion where she is and find that thing as important as she does. And this is one of those cases where this thing is important to her and you treated it like trash and you did whatever you want to do. This can cause major issues in their marriage. And I think what he did is wrong. Guys, what do you guys think? Do you think I'm wrong in my thoughts around this? Do you think he's right because it's an ex-husband? I guess the narrative around this is different because it's an ex-husband. Why does she have it in the house if it's an ex-husband? Or do you agree with me that actually, ex-husband or not, that's wrong what he did? Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. I appreciate you guys watching my video. Please remember to leave me a like, comment, and sub. Remember to give me a follow on Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, I thought that was bad. That was bad. Let me read the comments, actually. He has a saying, who's allowed in his home, dead or alive? That's funny. He said dead or alive. Are you going to be jealous of a deceased? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How are you going to be jealous of a deceased person? Oh, Instagram really works weird, doesn't it? All right, never mind. Guys, I'm going to do one more. And then... What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Guys, please remember to leave me a like, comment, and sub. If you're on YouTube, give me a follow. If you're on Twitch, give me a follow. If you're on TikTok, and give me a follow if you're on Instagram and Facebook. Let's check out today's video. Let's see what this one's about.
So some of you are raising bedroom children, and some of you are raising living room children. Okay. And I bet you don't even know the difference.
I don't. What does that
mean? See, some of us are raising living room children. They come into the house, they put their stuff down, then they come straight into the living room and they're busting joke, they got questions, they're talking to us about their day. They're completely in and amongst us. They can even disagree, spill something, and they feel safe doing it.
Okay.
And then there's some kids who are going into their room, locking away their feelings, their thoughts, and staying there until they have to come out, or you come in to get them. And it's not because they're bad children, and it's not necessarily because you're not a good parent. It's actually just that they've discovered that it's safer in their rooms than it is in the main house. And that's something that only us as parents, we can understand and do something about. Bedroom children are experts in silence. They really put our emotions before their own. Yeah. So they will come into the room and they will ask permission.
This is good stuff.
Can I come and talk to you? Do you have time for me? Now, many people will think that's common courtesy, but actually it's a barrier that has been created and children will stick to it to navigate you. Most importantly, and most sadly,
I agree with
most of those children just don't speak at all. And living room kids, they try stuff, they jump over stuff, they play with stuff, they get involved in stuff, and they're really not afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Not just physically, but emotionally. And that's called psychological safety. Not being soft, but actually a place where they get to be,
they can be
and
safe.
feel safe,
yeah,
and
I agree
grow,
with that.
and they're nurtured. Invite them into you, invite them into your day, invite them into your feelings, invite them into the space. Bring them out their room and make the home a place
for
you all. So some of you,
as he was talking, it reminded me of my childhood. So, guys, I grew up in Africa, and a lot of times with our parents back in the day, they were very secluded. They were very closed off. Like, children were meant to be heard, not seen. That's literally how I grew up. So we never grew up with our parents in the living room. You never sat in the living room when your parents were in the living room. You never even sat in the room if your parents had visitors. Like, it was not a free atmosphere. And at the time, it was more about being strict and making sure that the children know their place. You know, children don't talk back, they don't do this, they don't do that. Whenever you're summoned, you put your hand behind you, you only speak when spoken to. Those were the olden days way of raising children. And what he's saying about them going to their room, this is how we were. When we came home from school, did our chores, and we go to our room. And you only come out when you've been called to come and do something. It is true. That's actually spot on. That's literally how I grew up. Obviously, this is not how I've done things with my kids. My kids are always in the living room. They're playing PlayStation with me. They're watching anime with me. I'm inducting them into all the stuff that I watched when I was a kid. You know, so it really is a massive contrast between how I grew up and how my kids are growing up now. And to be fair, a lot of my parenting is due to how I grew up, because I didn't want the way I grew up to be how my children grew up. I'm literally going completely against the grain, completely opposite, because I didn't like the way, you know, I grew up, basically. So, and it's not to say the people who raised us did a bad job. It's just that, you know, they did a great job, don't get it twisted, but it wasn't effective when it comes to the emotional side of things. So we grew up strict, we grew up hard, we grew up tough. Like, you know, we were ready for the world, and there's nothing the world could do to us that could emotionally affect us. But what that meant was that we locked away emotion. Like he said, you don't know your parents. You just know them as mommy and daddy. You don't know anything about them. You don't know their nicknames. You don't know who they were, what they used to do. You don't even know whether they were ever children like you. So yeah, that's the part that was missing. We were locked away from the emotional side of our parents. And as young people, guys, you know, we have a lot of young people who are parents now. Learn to get that emotional side of things from your children. Yes, be strong. Yes, raise them well. Don't, you know, let them get away with nonsense. But also make sure while you're doing that, just like God does to us, you know, he chastises us, but he brings us close to himself. I really, really like this video. Shout out to, what's his name? Oh, well, it says Dope Black Lad, so I'm not sure if that's his real name, but shout out to this person. This was a really good video. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave me a like, comment, and sub if you're on YouTube. Give me a follow. Give me a like if you're on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. Guys, I'll see you on my next one. Yeah, why not? Well, time is going, isn't it? Okay, let me do one or two more and then I'll leave it there. Okay. Guys, I haven't watched any of these videos, so I'm really excited to watch them because the person that sent it to me is doing a really great job. Shout outs to you, Shadow. All right. Welcome, guys. Oh, Oh, I need a break. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Please help me reach that 1,000 subscriber mark on my YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Oh, thank you for watching my video. Let's check out today's video. I'm tired. I'm tired now. And the TikTok thing is really getting to me. But yeah, let's check out today's video.
Is one of the most important things that you can have is the ability to ask your child to do something and they do it. But gentle parenting, I have to get down, I have to negotiate, I have to talk to you on your level and see if you really feel like it. But that's not life. That's not the way that it's going to work when their teacher says, hey, this is what we're doing. It's not what's going to work when they have a job and the boss is saying,
oh, pause. Sorry, guys, I didn't do it properly. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Please remember to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I need to reach 1,000 on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I'd really appreciate you guys if you go over to those platforms and give me a sub and a follow. Let's check out today's video.
gentle parenting does not produce first-time obedience, and it is one of the most important things that you can have is the ability to ask your child to do something and they do it. But gentle parenting, I have to get down, I have to negotiate, I have to talk to you on your level and see if you really feel like it. But that's not life. That's not the way that it's going to work when their teacher says, hey, this is what we're doing. It's not what's going to work when they have a job and the boss will say, hey, I need you to do it this way. It's not how life works. They're not going to get on their level and have a conversation.
True.
And so we have to raise our children that when I ask you to do something,
just do it.
You do it, and you do it the first time. I noticed in the parking lot with my granddaughters, who are first-time obedient granddaughters, that I'm able to say, hey, to my 2.5-year-old, put your hand on the car while I get your brother out of the car because we're in a busy parking lot. And she does. She listens to me. I'm still watching because I'm going to be careful, right? And then I watched just a few days ago in the parking lot that this mom, right, her 4-year-old took off running throughout the parking lot.
Whoa.
Cars are going all over. She's got to chase him. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
And then she gets down at his level and she's like, okay, now what was wrong with your behavior? What could you do differently? I can tell you what you can do differently is you can listen to me the first time. You could have been killed. We don't realize that in the junior, higher years, I have to be able to say, stop. You're not hanging out with those friends, and be able to be confident that my children will listen to me and obey, because they can destroy their life because they were not raised to first-time obedience. That's what I expect, and that's what I get. Gentle parenting.
Okay, let's be fair. Let's be realistic. Not all children are gonna listen the first time. That's a fact. Okay. We look, even amongst my children, guys, I have the child who listens the first time. I have the child who doesn't listen the first time. I have the child who tests to see if you're serious. I have the child who likes to be mischievous. Not all children are going to listen the first time. So while I understand what he's saying, it's not realistic, right? But I do agree completely that gentle parenting is not good parenting, period. There's a time for emotional intelligence, and I pray and I ask parents to I guess become more intelligent when it comes to emotional interactions with their children. There is a time for that. But there's also a time for, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what you need to do. And that's just it, right? That's not a gentle parenting thing. That's just literally your parents have said, this is what you're doing. And I think for the most part, your child would do what you're saying if they know why. And obviously, when I was growing up, you never were allowed to ask why. You just have to do it. And don't get it twisted. The reason why they've asked us to do those things, the reason why they've asked us to do those things were important. Like what he's saying, you could die, right? But as a child, we wanted to know why. And because we were so desperate to know why, we just never got the why. And as a result, we would rebel. But the truth of the matter is, if we had done those things, even though we didn't have the why, we could have died. That's a fact. Don't go to the lake because there's a snake in the lake. We could have died. But but we never got the because. We never got the because. I said they're just making the lake, but we just got don't go to the lake. Period. Um, so I get what he's saying, but I do believe that not all children, because just like not all people are the same. Like there are people who are headstrong, people who are more prideful, there are people who are more stern, and there are people who are just a lot more gentle, a lot more peaceful, a lot more relaxed. There are people who are a lot more nonchalant. That's just how it is. Those things are already ingrained in us from birth, right? You know how your child is. Like our first child was chill, the second child was boisterous, the third child is has attitude. Like you don't know. So the job of a parent is to try and get to know that specific child, because not all types of discipline will work on specific children. Some children, you don't even need to say much. They're just going to be like, yep. Some children are just like that. They don't like trouble. They don't want to get on your bad side. So you just say, do it, and they do it. Some children, they like trouble. they just do. Some children like trouble and they just want to test. What are you going to do about it if I don't do it? It is what it is. So it's not realistic what he's saying. Or maybe all his children were the same. Maybe. Who knows? But young parents, young Christians, I will advise you that you definitely can't adopt gentle parenting. Yes, there's an emotional intelligence that you need to have with your children, but at the end of the day, they are children, and you need to teach them to listen. You need to, yes, give them the reason why. And I think that's one of the most important things that we missed out when we were young, because it does make a difference when your child knows why you have said no to something, right? Bring them along, right? Let them see that, the things that you're telling them to do are things that you've done, that things that you've had to do, so that they don't feel alone. They don't feel like you're just being a dictator. They know that, oh, okay, my dad did this too. Oh, my dad was naughty too. It's good for your children to hear that you were naughty as well. Let them know what you did, and let them know the discipline you received for doing it. Bring them along with your life. I was talking in a previous video about how, a video where the guy was saying about how children being living room kids and others being their bedroom kids, because their parents never invited their children into their lives. So the child, as soon as they come home from school, just goes straight to the bedroom, closes the door, because he's not invited to that open communal area of their parents' lives. So he doesn't have anything in common with them. These are the things that you need to work on when you're raising your children. It's not about gentle parenting, and it's not about strict parenting. It's about knowing that specific child and working with the tools that you need to reach that child, support that child, and they're your children. Love them. It is what it is. I just felt like it wasn't realistic what he was saying. Like, not all children are going to be like that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I am a very big fan of discipline. I don't mess around with my children, but it didn't come easily, right? It didn't come easily. You still have to work with the child to get the child to a point where the child understands what they're doing and why they're doing it, and then they can do it without being, forced. And another thing, don't make your children fear you. Like, we feared our parents, because back in the day, discipline was crazy. It was crazy. So we feared our parents. You don't want to be the parent that is feared. You want to be the parent that is loved. And just like he said, when you go to work, we bust jokes with our managers, right? But when our manager said, okay, here's an order, go do it, you know when to switch. It's the same with your children. Your children should be able to mingle with you, roll around with you. And then when you say, okay, bam, this is the order, go do it, they should be able to switch and be like, okay, this is not playtime with daddy now. This is now daddy saying I need to go and do something. Let me go do it. It's the intricacies of raising children is amazing. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave me a like, comment, and sub. Give me a follow if you're on Twitch. Give me a follow if you're on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Help me get to that 1,000 subscribers mark in those platforms. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, it's an hour. Have I been here for 1 hour? Yeah, I have. I have been here for an hour, haven't I? All right. Let me do one more. Guys, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, sorry, you can't see what I'm reacting to. I need about 1,000 sub or followers to be able to hook up Instagram and TikTok to my setup. So yeah, if you are watching, please give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it. I am live on Twitch and YouTube as well at the moment, where you can probably see what I'm watching. I'll do one more reaction. I will get the videos out anyway at some point. Yeah, I will get the videos out at some point. And you should be able to view it on my TikTok and Insta. All right, let me do one more. Done. Wait, what's the time? What's this one? All right, I'll do one more. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Please leave a like, comment, and sub if you're on YouTube. Give me a follow and like if you're on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Let's check out today's video.
Question is for the men.
Okay.
We always hear this thing, you know, women be waiting 5, 10, 3, 7, 25 years for somebody to marry them. And then we hear men say, I knew it from the first day I laid eyes on her.
That is true.
One, do you know it from the first time, or
you do
really soon after that you met
or
this
really
person,
soon
this
after?
Is the one for you? Are we waiting too long? Because does a man really know? And what was it about your wife that just made you say, this is it for me?
I'll bet and start. So I think every man is different, right?
True.
I think every man has an agenda. I think it takes a level of maturity for a man to tell you the truth, right? Okay. And so for me, I was very immature at the time when I met Elaine, and I was doing my thing. So I had an agenda. And what I realized is that the most attractive thing that a woman can do is own her magnificence and her beauty and everything that she's worth, right? Okay. And when a woman understands her worth, I just find that so attractive. And what happened was I was dating Elaine and about trying to date about 5 or 6 other females at the same time. And then one day Elaine dumped me. And she was just like, you know what? I said, you're not going to dump me because I'm Daryl. You can't dump me.
The guy. I'm the man.
I swore she was going to call me back the next day. I was like, she be all right. She'll get over it tomorrow. She'll give me a call. And then when I realized she wouldn't call me back, I was like, wait a minute. She really not going to call the kid. Like,
my block game's strong, y'all.
So I ended up calling her and I was like, yo, you really not going to do this with me? She's like, no, I need you to understand. Like, I know where you're at, but I know my worth. I know what I'm capable of, and I'm looking for a king. And so, like, if you want to have your agenda, go have your agenda. But I know my worth. So when the king comes and find me, don't be upset. Yo, I lied to you not. I called everybody in the black book and was like, look, it's over.
We're done.
I cut off every last woman I was dealing with. I called Elaine back and I was like, yo, you made me man up. You made me mature, and you made me a better man and made me realize I'm about to miss out on a queen. And so again, like women, if you're out there, like, know your worth. If you know you're a queen, don't deal with no nonsense. The king will come. You know, when you operate like a queen, the king will come, guaranteed. Okay. And so I'm grateful that my queen chose me because I almost lost her.
Question is for the men.
Okay. So guys, for me personally, if you knew that the guy is dating 5, 6 people, that is a red flag for me. That I have to say that. And I'm a guy. So for me, like the question they asked at the beginning, do you know from the start? Or at least shortly after you start dating. That's 100% yes. If a guy doesn't know after, I don't know, dating you for like a couple of months that he wants to be with you, and you continue and I don't want to make a blanket statement, because I'm sure, like he said, men are different. But I think especially from my experience, I knew that I wanted my lady from the get-go. And most men already know the type of girl that they want. Unless they're on a flex of casual dating, most men already know the kind of girl that they want. Oh, what's wrong with my baby? I hope it's not getting through the mic. So for me, it is a red flag. If you're a girl and the guy you're dating is dating 5 different girls while they're dating you, what are you doing? What are you doing? And this, for me, this is the type of relationship that tends to rear its ugly head later on. Like 5 years into your relationship, he's cheating. That's what I think. This is the kind of relationship that rears its ugly head. You date for a while, and I love what she did. I love what she did, because then she could have just been part of the roster. But I love that she was like, listen, we're not doing this. And it's amazing that she still ended up with him and made him give up all the stuff. But I just can't help but think that, if this is how he was moving, sure, it's not everybody. It's not everybody. But from my perspective, it just looks like, the stuff of future cheating. Because I'm sure he's not only dating them, but he's bedding them, and I don't know. But from what was said here, guys, ladies, look, and we have a lot of Christians who keep doing this nonsense. You're supposed to be dating, but you're having sex. Like, what are you doing? And here's the thing. Once a guy has had sex with you, there's nothing else to keep him intrigued. There is nothing else to keep him intrigued. This is the reason why, you need to the guy needs to put a ring on it. He needs to show that you're very important to him. He needs to show that he's willing to give his life for you. But if all he's there to do is to bed you, once he's bedded you, that's it. And men don't find women who are easy to sleep with attractive. They don't, because one of the number one thing that makes a man's blood boil is the chase. We love the chase. We love the chase. And the chase is meant to culminate in that man marrying you. That's meant to be the conclusion of the chase. And because he chased you to that limit, marrying you and having you ends up being like the best thing in the world, because of that lengthy, the price that he had to pay to get you. Having you as the one and only ends up being the best thing in the world. But now, Christians are just getting into relationships, sleep with him, and then he breaks up with her and they're wondering why and they're crying. And then go to the next one, sleep with the guy. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It can't be any clearer in the Bible. Don't have sex before marriage, but it's still happening. And like he said, I can probably guarantee that the 5 people he was sleeping with, and maybe he was sleeping with her as well. Who knows? For me, that's just a red flag. And I love the message, but for me, I would be like, no, let's not be doing that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching my video. What did you think of the video? I know it was a wholesome video, but do you agree with what I'm saying, that it's a red flag that he's dating 5 women at the same time as her? And I wouldn't, you shouldn't go with him, because it's probably a precursor to what can happen later on. Or do you think I'm overreacting? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I'll probably be back later on. I've been a little bit flustered during the stream because TikTok just did some stupid stuff to me, and I was like, what the hell is going on? So I've been a little bit frustrated, but I'll probably be back later on to finish the live. If you can't see these videos on Instagram or TikTok, but I will release them in due time on there. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark on all those platforms, and then I'll be able to stream on all of them at the same time, and you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys on my next live stream. Peace.